Far from any coastline, in waters so deep they swallow sound and light, a shadow moves beneath the waves. It is not a merchant vessel, nor a fishing trawler, but a steel leviathan, the United States Navy's most guarded weapon of war, a nuclear-powered submarine. Silent, invisible, and self-sufficient until the moment comes when it is not. On this day, in the middle of an empty ocean, that silence is broken. High above, the distant thunder of engines grows louder. A squadron of aircraft streaks across the sky, carrying cargo not meant for any port, but for the depths below. In a maneuver rarely seen and even more rarely captured, these planes are about to drop lifelines from the heavens, crates filled with the supplies and equipment needed to keep this hidden fortress alive. But this is no simple delivery. Every second on the surface is a gamble. Every ripple risks detection. For the submarine's crew, failure would mean exposure to hostile eyes that may already be watching. Tonight, we take you inside a mission that blends danger with precision, a story of men and machines locked in a delicate dance against the sea itself. This is the tale of the giant U.S. submarine that received a secret airdrop, miles from land, in the middle of the unforgiving ocean. In the heart of the Pacific, where waves roll endlessly across the horizon, a silent shadow lurks beneath. It's no ordinary vessel. It's one of the U.S. Navy's largest and most advanced nuclear submarines, a behemoth of steel, sonar, and stealth. These giants operate under strict secrecy, often disappearing beneath the waves for months at a time. To the outside world, they are ghosts, silent hunters with the power to alter the course of history. On this mission, the submarine faces a unique challenge. Thousands of miles from port, deep in contested waters, it needs critical resupply. But surfacing openly would be a dangerous move, exposing its position to rival navies, satellites, and prying eyes. The Navy's answer? A daring mid-ocean airdrop. An operation that combines precision flying, cutting-edge logistics, and raw courage. Imagine the tension on board as word spreads. Resupply inbound. Prepare for surface operation. The crew moves with rehearsed precision, each sailor knowing that even a moment of error could give away their location. Above, in the skies, a U.S. Air Force C-17 Globemaster is already en route, carrying the essential cargo. Inside, strapped down with netting, are containers filled with specialized equipment, supplies, and encrypted packages only meant for this submarine. This is not routine. This is extraordinary. Few civilians ever glimpse this kind of operation, and fewer still understand the complexity. The submarine must surface at a precise location in the middle of the ocean, timed perfectly with the aircraft's arrival. The soundscape tells the story. The low hum of turbines, sailors whispering coordinates, sonar pings fading into silence. Above, the heavy thrum of jet engines approaches like distant thunder. The scene is set for a rendezvous unlike any other, a dance of steel, sky, and sea. As the submarine breaks the surface, the ocean around it churns with foamy turbulence. The massive steel hull rises from the depths, black and gleaming in the sun. For a moment, it seems like the sea itself has given birth to a leviathan. But this is no ordinary surfacing maneuver. It is timed to the second, synchronized with the flight path of an aircraft still hundreds of miles away. Far above, a C-17 Globemaster rumbles through the skies. Inside, the cargo crew prepares for what looks like controlled chaos. Containers are checked, parachutes are packed, and every strap is inspected. They have only one chance to get this right. Any miscalculation in wind, altitude, or timing could scatter the cargo into oblivion, or worse, alert hostile radar. The submarine crew watches the skies with strained anticipation. Communications between air and sea are crisp, controlled, and coded. Eagle 1, this is Trident. We are on station, grid coordinates confirmed. Winds steady, ready for drop. The reply comes instantly through the crackling headset. Copy that, Trident. Visual contact in 5 minutes. Stand by for airdrop. The ocean feels strangely quiet in these moments. Sailors line the deck, scanning the horizon. Tension builds not from what they can see, but from what they can't. Enemy satellites overhead, foreign sonar arrays listening in, and rival submarines that may be stalking the same waters. Every second above the surface increases the risk. The submarine commander knows this well. Then it happens. A distant roar grows louder, and soon a silver silhouette emerges against the sky. The C-17 descends lower, skimming clouds, its cargo bay yawning open. From the submarine, The sight is awe-inspiring. A fortress of the sky preparing to link up with a fortress of the deep. "Package away," shouts a loadmaster as the first container slides down rails and plummets into the void, its parachute snapping open against the air. One after another, crates blossom like giant flowers against the backdrop of ocean and sky. Below, the submarine maneuvers with slow grace, sailors ready to recover the cargo. It is a rare moment of coordination between branches, the Air Force delivering, the Navy receiving, separated by altitude and depth, united by precision. The parachutes blossom brightly against the sky, trailing crates that plunge into the ocean like thunderbolts. Each splash sends a spray of seawater into the air, echoing like gunfire across the otherwise silent horizon. For the sailors on deck, this is the critical moment. The submarine, still vulnerable above the surface, now becomes a floating lifeline between sky and sea. "Mark splash point," a petty officer shouts, pointing toward the drifting canopies. Small motorized boats launch from the submarine's deck, roaring across the waves toward the descending cargo. The crew works with practiced speed, but their movements betray the pressure. They know time is their enemy. Every minute spent here is a beacon for satellites, patrol planes, and adversary vessels that might be watching. The crates float with parachutes tangled, bobbing in the swell. Some are heavy with classified technology, encrypted communication devices, spare sonar arrays, and specialized survival gear. Others carry the essentials, medical supplies, fresh provisions, even morale boosters like letters from home. But no matter the content, each package is vital, and each must be secured before the sea swallows them. On the deck, sailors coordinate through radios, their voices sharp over the roar of wind and waves. Boat 1 has visual, closing in, copy, maintain course, watch your drift. The choreography unfolds like a ballet under tension. Boats maneuvering alongside crates, hooks and lines tossed, sailors hauling the packages aboard with gloved hands. Sweat beads on foreheads, muscles strain, the rhythm dictated by urgency. And then, the unexpected. A warning tone blares from the submarine's electronic suite. Radar operators call out, "Unidentified contact, 30 miles and closing." The commander stiffens. This is the nightmare scenario. A rival surveillance aircraft? A fast approaching vessel? The details are unclear, but the timing is cruel. With the submarine surfaced and exposed, any hostile eyes would see not just a submarine, but its lifeline being handed to it from the sky. Still, the work continues. Sailors grip ropes tighter, shouting over the crash of waves. One crate nearly slips away, its parachute dragging it beneath the current, but a swift dive and a desperate grasp save it at the last second. Applause erupts briefly, but the tension remains razor sharp. They can feel the clock ticking louder now. Above, the C-17 begins its climb back into the clouds, mission complete. For the aircrew, the delivery is over. But for the submarine, the true danger has only just begun. The ocean, moments ago a stage for a precise ballet of recovery, now transforms into a battlefield of uncertainty. Inside the submarine's control room, the mood shifts sharply. Green-lit radar screens flicker, a pulsing blip marking the unidentified contact closing in at 30 nautical miles. The operations officer leans over the console, voice tight. Contact speed, fast. Possible maritime patrol craft. The commander doesn't hesitate. All stations, condition 1. Secure for dive, but hold recovery until last possible second. His voice echoes through the steel corridors, met with a chorus of acknowledgments. The crew knows the risk. Every crate left behind is critical, but every second exposed is a gamble with fate. Above, sailors on deck push harder, ropes biting into their palms as they drag crates over slick metal. The sea seems to resist them, waves rising higher, as if nature itself knows what hangs in the balance. Radios crackle. Boat 2 returning with package. Boat 1 still securing last crate. There is no room for error. The threat grows closer. Sonar operators call out bearings, the hum of machinery beneath their words. Contact closing to 25 miles, now 22. The soundscape builds tension. The low ping of sonar, the urgent chatter of crew, the crash of waves. Every element adds weight to the decision the commander must make. Do they cut and run, diving deep into the safety of the abyss, or risk staying exposed for that final package? On the bridge, binoculars sweep the horizon. A lookout points, voice sharp. Aircraft silhouette, bearing 090, low altitude. The crew freezes for half a second. A maritime patrol plane, equipped with sensors that could reveal their position to enemy submarines or surface vessels. If the plane closes in, the operation is blown. The commander finally gives the order. Recover what you can. Prepare for emergency dive. The boats surge back, towing the last crate against the waves, engines whining with strain. Sailors haul desperately, pulling with a mix of strength and sheer willpower. The parachute canopy flaps wildly, threatening to drag the cargo away, but at the last instant it slams onto the deck, secured with a heavy clang of chains. Contact now at 15 miles, comes the urgent cry. No more time. The klaxon wails through the submarine. Dive, dive, dive. Sailors scramble below deck, hatches sealed, boats retracted. The massive vessel begins its descent, slipping beneath the waves just as the distant patrol plane sweeps overhead. From the sky, only a foaming wake remains. But under the water, the submarine lives again in its true element, silent, unseen, a steel predator sinking into the abyss. Supplies are secured, mission, for now, accomplished. But the ocean is far from safe. The submarine plunges beneath the waves, the sea closing over it like a curtain. The roar of the surface vanishes, replaced by the muted hum of turbines and the eerie stillness of the deep. The crew feels the shift in their bones, the sudden pressure, the narrowing silence, the way the ocean swallows sound until only the heartbeat of the submarine remains. Inside the control room, red lights glow dimly as officers monitor sonar screens. Contact passing overhead, a voice reports. A tense pause follows, long, breathless. The ping of sonar echoes faintly, then fades. The enemy plane sweeps across the surface, scanning in vain for a target that has already vanished into darkness. Relief ripples through the control room, but nobody relaxes fully. Not yet. Down below, sailors move quickly to secure the recovered crates. Each package is inspected, logged, and stowed in the submarine's cargo bays. The contents are more than supplies, they are lifelines. One crate contains replacement navigation modules, another, encrypted communication devices that allow the sub to link securely with Fleet Command. Even the simplest boxes, food, medicine, sealed envelopes, carry weight beyond measure. They are the threads that tie this steel leviathan back to its nation, its mission, its people. The captain walks through the compartments, offering nods of approval as sailors work. He knows what this means. Their mission, a patrol stretching weeks longer than originally planned, can continue. Without the airdrop, the submarine might have been forced to abort, to risk exposure by returning to port. Instead, they remain hidden, unpredictable, and dangerous, a force still lurking beneath rival waters. Yet, even as the crew breathes easier, tension lingers. The unknown contact above is a reminder of how thin the line is between secrecy and discovery. Every surfaced moment carries the risk of being marked, hunted, and tracked. And in the world of submarines, once you are found, survival becomes far less certain. The commander calls a briefing. Officers gather in the wardroom, the atmosphere still taut. "We've got what we came for," he begins, voice steady but low. But the fact that contact was that close means someone is watching these waters. "We'll proceed with caution." His words are simple, but every officer knows what lies between the lines. Rival powers are pushing, probing, testing boundaries in the world's oceans. The submarine continues its descent, deeper now, below the reach of surface sensors. The steel hull groans faintly under pressure, but this is its element. Hidden, silent, it vanishes into the blackness where only predators thrive. The mission continues, not with noise and spectacle, but with the power of invisibility. Hours pass. The submarine cruises silently through the abyss, its crew returning to routine. Yet the operation lingers in every mind. The sound of crates hitting the waves, the roar of engines overhead, the flash of a patrol plane on the horizon. It was not just a logistical maneuver. It was a statement, a reminder of what the United States Navy can do in the most hostile of environments. Unseen by the world, these missions shape the balance of power. A single submarine like this, armed with advanced torpedoes and, perhaps, nuclear payloads, carries enough deterrence to alter strategies across continents. The fact that it can stay hidden, resupplied in the middle of nowhere, extends its shadow across the globe. Rivals know this. They watch satellite feeds, listen to sonar buoys, analyze every ripple on the water, searching for hints of where these giants move. Yet more often than not, they fail. That failure is the submarine's greatest weapon. Inside the vessel, officers and sailors share brief moments of calm. A mess hall scene. Tired faces finally sitting down, a rare hot meal steaming on trays. Laughter rises quietly. It's subdued but real. For these men and women, the success of the airdrop means something deeper than strategy. It means they can endure. It means they are not forgotten, even when operating thousands of miles from home. Still, vigilance remains constant. The sonar operators scan, the weapons crews drill, the engineers monitor every hum of the reactor. At any moment, silence could break into chaos. The memory of the unidentified contact is fresh, a reminder that beneath the oceans, shadow wars are fought daily. Submarines trail submarines. Surveillance planes sweep. Surface ships deploy nets of sensors. It is a constant game of predator and prey, where roles can shift in seconds. For the United States, the ability to adapt, to turn a vast ocean into a supply line with a single daring airdrop, is proof of resilience. For its rivals, it is a message: there is no corner of the sea beyond reach. As the submarine glides deeper into the black, its mission renewed, the narrator's voice lowers to a hush. This is not just about one operation, one crew, or one submarine. It is about doctrine, presence, and power. A reminder that in the silent chess match of global oceans, even the smallest move, an airdrop, a recovery, a dive, can tip the balance of entire strategies. The submarine fades into the darkness, carrying not just crates of supplies, but the weight of deterrence, secrecy, and survival. The ocean has closed once more, its surface calm and empty, hiding the steel giant now gliding silently below. For the crew, the mission is complete. Supplies secured, secrecy maintained, and survival extended. Yet the tension lingers because out here, in the vast unmarked spaces of the sea, there are no clear borders, only shadows, hunters, and hunted. The daring airdrop wasn't just a logistical feat. It was a display of ingenuity and resolve, proving that even in the most remote corners of the ocean, America's silent fleet can endure. To rivals, the message is unmistakable. No place is beyond reach, no force too isolated to be supported. And yet, questions remain. Every surface operation carries danger. Every crate retrieved in open waters risks exposure. Was it worth it, or is the real victory simply surviving another day in a world where one mistake could tip the balance of global power? As the submarine fades into darkness, we're left with the image of a machine built not only for war, but for endurance, for patience, secrecy, and survival. But what do you think? Should submarines risk surfacing for daring operations like this, or is it too dangerous in today's hostile oceans? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Navy's silent world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more untold stories from the depths.